gotta feel good to be a Knicks fan this morning. Yes, the New York Knicks were able to take a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals last night, winning out there on the road again over the San Antonio Spurs, 105-104. When the lights were the brightest in that final second, Wemby shot his shot and came short. I'm Joe Madden. This is Madden on the Line, presented by Crosscheck Media on the Biz Talk Today TV network. I want to welcome you all to today's board check. Yes, we're going to be talking today's action out there on the ice, but it wouldn't be right if we didn't start off with what we saw last night in the NBA Finals. We had one heck of a game. 105-104 win for the New York Knicks. Now the Spurs started that one off strong, 34-25 in the first quarter. The New York Knicks answered back big way in the second, winning the second quarter 31-18. We had a pretty even third quarter out there with the Knicks taking the win 28-23. And fourth quarter, the Spurs tried to battle their way back, winning it by 8, 29-21. But at the end of the day, the New York Knicks walked away with a 1-point victory. Karl-Anthony Towns in that game did record us a double-double. It was a beautiful sight, you guys. 21 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Victor Wembanyama stepped up as much as he could for his team, not recording the double-double, which was a little bit surprising, not being able to go over his rebound prop, but putting up 29 points and 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a whopping 4 blocks. The three-pointers were hitting for both of these teams, with the New York Knicks hitting 39% of their three-pointers, going 15 of 38, while the San Antonio Spurs only hit 11 of 29, but still a record of 37%. The free throws, the edge did go to the New York Knicks, hitting 76% of their free throws, while the Spurs only hit 70. And the offensive rebounds really made a difference. The New York Knicks were able to capitalize getting those offensive rebounds, while the Spurs struggled to get theirs. The Knicks also were stronger defensively, getting those steals out there on the board and really being able to move that ball around. Turnovers happened on both sides, with 15 turnovers for the Knicks and 16 for the San Antonio Spurs. But the New York Knicks, at the end of the day, were able to capitalize on their fast break points as well as their second chance points. We're going to see the series shifting to New York for game number 3. The San Antonio Spurs will enter as the underdog. They're a 1.5-point underdog right now as the Knicks lead this series 2-0. Are we looking at the New York Knicks getting the sweep, or will we see the San Antonio Spurs be able to get a road win here? We're going to be breaking all of that down here on Madden on the Line, so make sure you always stay around for your live show Mondays and Thursdays and your board checks every other day. The playoff action is in action. Knicks fans, though, if you want to get into the building, ticket prices now for game number 3 are a whopping $11,000 and change American. And that price to continuously go up, especially if we see a big win in game number 3. That brings us to the action tonight out there on the ice. We have the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Game 3 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, with the series moving to Vegas. The Carolina Hurricanes have yet to lose out there on the road in the playoffs here this season. And you look at that road record overall, 30-12-5. While the Vegas Golden Knights 26-14-9 at home. Looking at that, you guys, this was a straight pick 'em on the books, -110 either side. We got a total of 5.5. We saw Vegas dominate game number 2 until they didn't. In 5 minutes, we did see the Carolina Hurricanes get 3 goals in that third. They battled their way back down in that game. They looked like they were going to close it out, get the win, but Mark Stone ended up tying up the game, sending it to OT. Now, OT didn't last long. It was under 4 minutes before Seth Jarvis of the Carolina Hurricanes was able to hit the back of Carter Hart's net, giving the Carolina Hurricanes the big win. So a win in game number 2 for the Canes, a win in game number 1 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Some trends that might interest you. The Carolina Hurricanes have won their last 9 games on the road off of overtime. They've also won the last 9 games on the road as a dog in the first period. I'm going to block all those trends. I'm not going to roll with any of them. I do think Vegas has every ability to dig deep in this game and be able to get the win at -110. I'll be hitting on them. I'm looking for them to come out of the gate and try to rattle Frederick Anderson right away. Now, defense should come into play. Your game number 3 here, but these teams, I tell you, Vegas wants to run and gun, and I think Carolina with momentum will want to do the same. I'm taking the first period over 1.5 and both teams to score in the first period, rolling it back, you guys. I'm also going to look at the Carolina Hurricanes under 2.5 goals and Vegas over 3.5 goals in this game at plus 152. Vegas over the 3.5 just makes sense here. I still don't trust Frederick Anderson. I've been telling you guys this. Well, he might get a shutout in one game in this series. I just don't feel like it's game number 1 here in Vegas. So game number 3 overall, but game number 1 in Vegas of this series. I'm looking for a 4-2 win out of the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, if we get quick goals in the first period, watch for that total to inflate too high and us to be able to come back in on the under. And if we get the opposite, if that first period, we see the defense that everyone wants to see in the Stanley Cup Finals, and we go into the second, halfway through the second, still scoreless, you're going to see that total drop too low. That's one thing about Madden on the Line here. I'm trying to teach you guys, not just tell you guys what to bet. Watch for those live betting angles. Watch for those players who are getting those shots to be the next man up to find the back of the net. I'm going to look at Dorothea for the point in this one for the Vegas Golden Knights at minus 122. I love his abilities out there. Now, Brett Howden has been so solid. 2 goals in game number 2. Now 13 goals here in the playoffs. And Mitch Marner coming in with 24 points, 17 assists in the playoffs. You know they're going to be firing. Stars like Jack Eichel have to step up. And then on the other side for the Carolina Hurricanes, Taylor Hall has 11 assists, 16 points. Aho and Shevznikov really have been quiet. I'm expecting Aho to step up in this one, net us a goal. Logan Stankoven in the last game came out nice and solid. But Jackson Blake is where I'm going to go here for the Carolina Hurricanes. I think he's a sneaky look. Those 5-on-5 high danger shots are coming out of him. Now, Vegas has to be careful not to allow the Carolina Hurricanes the opportunity to convert on that power play, because if they didn't allow that power play goal in overtime cost them the game. They also were able to get another power play goal in the third period. So you're looking at the Canes in the last game going 2-4 in the power play, while Vegas went 0-4. Look for Vegas to come out more disciplined in this one, to dig deep and be able to get the win. But you guys, that is your board check for Madden on the Line presented by Crosscheck Media on the Biz Talk Today TV network. We'll see you back here for more playoff action shortly. Until then, enjoy the playoff action.